bodybuilding built legends of muscle and strength, but behind the stage lights lay stories far darker than anyone imagined. From champions collapsing mid-routine to icons whose hearts grew too large for life itself, these men pushed their bodies to the extreme and paid the ultimate price.
It's a very drastic step that you'll have to take. They don't make you a champion. Don't be fooled either. They don't make you a champion. Don't be fooled.
Some deaths sparked conspiracy theories. Others served as grim warnings of a sport without limits. Join us as we uncover the shocking rise and tragic fall of bodybuilders gone too soon. Rich Piana. At just 6 years old, Richard Eugene Piana's fascination with bodybuilding began as he watched his mother prepare for competitions. Inspired further by old-school bodybuilder Bill Cambra, he quickly found the path he wanted to follow. By 11, he was already lifting weights, and at 15, he stepped onto the bodybuilding stage for the first time. In 1989, he captured his first major victory, winning the NPC Mr. Teen California title. It marked the true beginning of his bodybuilding journey. Nearly a decade later, in 1998, he claimed the NPC Mr. California crown, and over the years that followed, he became a dominant presence on stage. His list of victories grew to include the 2003 Los Angeles Super Heavyweight Division, the 2009 Sacramento Super Heavyweight Division, and both the Super Heavyweight and overall titles at the 2009 Border States Classic. His massive physique also earned him magazine covers, from Iron Man in 1998 to Muscle Sport in 2015. By the mid-2010s, his influence had expanded far beyond competition. Piana built an enormous online following, with 1.2 million fans on Instagram and hundreds of thousands of subscribers on YouTube. At expos and in countless videos, he spoke openly about his steroid use, often warning young athletes not to make the same choices. His honesty, combined with his larger-than-life persona, made him both controversial and widely respected. Then came the collapse that shocked everyone. On August 7, 2017, while getting a haircut at his home in Clearwater, Florida, Piana lost consciousness and struck his head as he fell. His partner, Johnson, immediately called emergency services and performed CPR until paramedics arrived. His heart had stopped, and though they managed to restart it, too much time had passed without oxygen to his brain. Nearby, white powder, a straw, and a credit card raised suspicions of drug use. Johnson denied that cocaine or heroin were involved, explaining instead that Piana sometimes inhaled caffeine-based pre-workout powders. Doctors placed him in a medically induced coma, but the damage was irreversible. For 2 weeks, they fought to reduce swelling in his brain, but on August 25th, 17th, Rich Piana passed away at just 46 years old. The autopsy revealed severe heart disease, with both his heart and liver weighing more than twice the size of normal organs. Piana had long admitted that steroids and hormones had changed his body on the inside as much as the outside, but he reportedly never realized how sudden the danger could be. With missing toxicology reports, the official cause of death was left inconclusive, fueling speculation and conspiracy theories about what really happened in his final hours. Dallas McCarver. His rise in bodybuilding was nothing short of extraordinary. Born in Memphis, Tennessee, McCarver first picked up weights to support his football career in high school. What began as a way to improve his game soon revealed a natural gift for strength and size. McCarver began entering local competitions and quickly made his mark, winning the super heavyweight class at the 2011 NPC battle at the River Championships and the NPC Hub City Fitness Quest. Only a year later, he stunned the bodybuilding world by capturing the 2012 NPC and IFBB North American titles. achievements that secured his place as one of the most promising athletes of his generation. At just 21 years old, McCarver became the youngest professional bodybuilder ever to win a pro qualifier event. Over the next 5 years, he transformed his 6-foot 1-inch frame into a staggering 300 pounds of muscle. With this build, he entered and won major competitions, including the 2015 IFBB California State and the 2016 Chicago IFBB Pro. His momentum carried him onto bodybuilding's most prestigious stage, the Mr. Olympia, where in 2016 he placed 8th among the very best in the world. For many, it was only the beginning of what promised to be a legendary career. By 2016, he had gained nearly 500,000 followers on Instagram and was admired for his dedication, strength, and discipline. His relationship with WWE star Dana Brooke added to his public image, while his friendship with fellow bodybuilders showed him as both competitor and mentor. He was regarded not only as one of the strongest men in the sport, but also one of the most ambitious, with his sights set firmly on becoming a future Mr. Olympia champion. However, it would not take long for his world to start falling apart. In March 2017, while competing at the Arnold Classic in Australia, McCarver collapsed on stage during a posing routine. He was hospitalized and later advised to seek medical evaluation once back in the United States. But that follow-up never came, and his focus returned to training and competition. On the night of August 22nd, 2017, everything changed. McCarver spoke with his girlfriend by phone around 10 at night, mentioning he was about to eat dinner. Hours later, his roommate, fellow bodybuilder Josh Lenartowicz, returned home to find him unconscious on the floor, food scattered around him. His heart had stopped. Emergency services rushed him to the hospital, but at 1:03 in the morning, Dallas McCarver was pronounced dead. Initial reports suggested choking, but the truth was far more complex. The autopsy, released 3 months later, revealed the devastating toll of years of extreme enhancement. McCarver had died of an acute cardiac event. His heart weighed 833 grams, nearly 3 times the size of a normal heart, and was filled with heavy plaques blocking its arteries. His left ventricle was dangerously enlarged, a condition known to cause fatal arrhythmias. His liver and kidneys were also abnormally large and severely damaged, while his lungs showed scarring consistent with pulmonary fibrosis. Even papillary thyroid cancer was discovered, alongside numerous indicators of long-term hormone and steroid use. His medical history told the same story. He had dangerously high cholesterol, liver damage, and shortness of breath that suggested his lungs were failing. Blood tests showed elevated testosterone levels far beyond what was natural, pointing to massive steroid use. Trenbolone, another powerful anabolic agent, was also present in his system, along with caffeine, marijuana, and a history of insulin use. At just 26 years old, his pursuit of size and strength had come at the cost of his health. Andreas Münzer. As a young Austrian, Andreas Münzer grew up idolizing Arnold Schwarzenegger. Inspired by his countryman's success, he devoted himself to bodybuilding, building a physique admired for its sharp definition and feared for its extreme condition. His striking presence earned him features in Flex and Muscle Magazine International, pushing him into the spotlight. Münzer's career began in the mid-1980s. At the 1986 European Amateur Championships, he placed 6th. A year later, he secured 3rd at the World Amateur Championships, repeating the same result in 1988. In 1989, he reached the top by winning the heavyweight division at the World Games. That same year, he entered the Mr. Olympia contest, stepping onto bodybuilding's biggest stage. Through the early 1990s, Munzer gained a reputation as one of the sport's most disciplined competitors. He earned strong placements at the Arnold Classic, the Ironman Pro Invitational, and Grand Prix events across Europe. In 1993, he stunned many by finishing second at the Night of Champions. The following years brought more recognition. 5th at the 1994 Arnold Classic, 9th at that year's Olympia, and 4th at the 1995 Arnold Classic. His final season came in 1996, with 6th at the Arnold Classic and 7th at the San Jose Pro Invitational. Each appearance cemented his legacy as a man whose razor-sharp conditioning stood apart. But behind the success, Munzer was locked in a dangerous fight for survival. To achieve his look, he relied heavily on steroids and massive doses of potassium-sparing diuretics. On stage, they created perfection. Off stage, they tore his body apart. By March 1996, his health was failing. After suffering severe stomach pain, he was rushed to the hospital. Doctors found internal bleeding and attempted surgery, but his organs had already begun to shut down. His liver and kidneys failed. Blood transfusions could not save him. On March 14th, just 31 years old, Andreas Munzer was gone. The autopsy revealed the price of his pursuit. His body carried almost no fat. His liver was riddled with tumors, half of it crumbled into polystyrene-like tissue. His heart was nearly twice the normal size. His testicles had shriveled. His potassium levels were fatally high. In his system, traces from almost 20 drugs remained. At his funeral in Styria, Arnold Schwarzenegger sent a wreath that read, "A last greeting to a friend." Mohammed Benaziza. Beginning his athletic journey in France, Mohammed Benaziza was a dedicated soccer player until he discovered weight training and soon shifted his focus to bodybuilding. His commitment quickly paid off when he entered his first competition in Spain, winning the under 75 kilogram category. That victory marked the start of a career filled with steady progress and success on international stages. In 1990, Benaziza achieved a career-defining triumph at the Night of Champions in New York, defeating rising star Dorian Yates. That win earned him the nickname Killer of Giants from bodybuilding pioneer Joe Weider. Over the years, he became known for his dense, powerful physique and his sharp conditioning, qualities that made him stand out in every contest he entered. He went on to compete in the Mr. Olympia contest 3 times, placing as high as 5th in 1992. Alongside his Olympia appearances, he collected numerous victories across Europe. He won the Grand Prix titles in England, Finland, France, Germany, and Italy, establishing himself as one of the most dominant competitors of his era. His ability to consistently place high against the very best made him a symbol of the new generation of bodybuilders rising in the early 1990s. But only weeks after his strong showing at the 1992 Mr. Olympia, tragedy struck. Following another competition in the Netherlands, Benaziza was found lifeless in his hotel room on October 4, 1992. He was just 33 years old. In the days leading up to his passing, he had complained of illness and shortness of breath, but he repeatedly refused medical care. Reports later suggested that an injection, given shortly before the contest, may have played a role in his sudden collapse. After his unexpected passing, his close friend, Steve Brisbois, chose to retire from competition shortly after the loss, unable to continue without him. Yet Benaziza's influence endured. Dorian Yates, who would go on to become a 6-time Mr. Olympia, often credited Benaziza as a direct inspiration, particularly for his unmatched back development. Yates would later say that he kept photos of Benaziza as motivation, a reminder of the standard he needed to reach. Luke Sandoe. As a former British national champion, Luke Sandoe earned his IFBB Pro card and quickly became one of the most promising names in modern bodybuilding. His mass, symmetry, and stage presence made him stand out, and many believed he was the next star to emerge from the United Kingdom. His breakout year came in 2019. He placed second at the Tampa Pro behind Dexter Jackson, one of the sport's all-time greats. That same season, he finished third at the Arnold Classic and earned 2 additional top 5 placements. These results secured his qualification for the 1919 Mr. Olympia, where he placed 11th in his debut. Though he had not yet claimed a professional win, his momentum suggested his best years were ahead. Sandoe was admired for his raw strength, pressing 220-pound dumbbells even while preparing for contests. He built a loyal following through YouTube, podcasts, and event appearances, where his humor, honesty, and sharp commentary made him one of the sport's most relatable figures. In 2020, he co-hosted the Arnold Classic webcast, showing his ability to connect with fans beyond competition. On May 7, 2020, his rising career ended suddenly. At just 30 years old, he was found at home by his training partner James Hollingshead and Hollingshead's girlfriend. The bodybuilding world was stunned. He had posted on Instagram only 2 days earlier, and no official cause of death was released. Rumors spread, but answers never came, leaving fans and peers struggling to process the loss. George Peterson. After more than a decade of competition, George Peterson's return in 2017 marked the beginning of his most successful run. In 2019, he won the Arnold Classic Physique, one of bodybuilding's top titles. The following year, he added the Tampa Pro, cementing his place as one of the division's leading athletes. Days before his passing, he posted a video on post-workout nutrition, continuing to guide his fans as both athlete and mentor. However, on October 7, 2021, at just 37 years old, Peterson was found unresponsive in his Orlando hotel room, one day before competing at the Olympia. His coach, Justin Miller, discovered him face down and attempted CPR with help from hotel staff and emergency responders, but Peterson had already passed away hours earlier. Ilia Yeimchic. Known in the bodybuilding community as the Mutant, he rose to fame for his extraordinary size and relentless dedication to training. Standing 6 feet tall and weighing 340 pounds, he achieved arms measuring 25 inches, thanks to years of intense workouts, heavy supplement use, and a staggering 16,500 calorie daily diet divided into 7 meals. Ilia documented his transformation online, earning hundreds of thousands of followers who admired his honesty and commitment to pushing the limits of human physique. Though he never competed professionally, Ilia became a central figure in the fitness world. He openly discussed his use of growth hormones and supplements and shared insights into his extreme training regimen. Inspired as a teenager by action stars like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone, he aimed to embody the strength and size of the Hulk, turning his body into a living comic book character. His influence extended beyond social media, inspiring a generation of fitness enthusiasts to explore the boundaries of size and conditioning. Tragically, Ilia's life ended suddenly in 2024. On September 6th, he suffered a heart attack and fell into a coma, passing away 2 days later in a hospital. His wife, Anna, remained by his side hoping for a miracle. Though doctors briefly restarted his heart, irreversible brain damage had occurred. Fans and followers have since paid tribute, mourning a man whose dedication, size, and presence left a lasting impression on the world of bodybuilding. Art Atwood. In 2000, Art Atwood announced his arrival on the bodybuilding scene at the NPC Junior USA, claiming first place in the super heavyweight class, as well as the overall title. That same year, he continued to impress at the national level, earning notable placements at both the NPC Nationals and the NPC USA Championships. His rapid rise marked him as one of the sport's most promising new athletes. By 2001, Atwood had earned his professional status and made an immediate impact. He debuted at the Toronto Pro Invitational, securing a commanding first-place victory. The following year, he stepped onto bodybuilding's grandest stage, the Mr. Olympia, finishing 12th in his inaugural appearance. Beyond Olympia, he challenged himself in international contests, including the Grand Prix Series and the Show of Strength Pro Championship, demonstrating both ambition and consistency. From 2003 to 2005, Atwood remained a fixture on the IFBB circuit, competing across Europe with strong performances in Hungary, Russia, Holland, and England. At the 2003 Grand Prix Hungary, he earned a remarkable third-place finish, and in 2005, he took the stage at the Arnold Classic, one of bodybuilding's most prestigious events. His final competitive season came in 2006, with appearances at the Europa Super Show, the Montreal Pro, and the Atlantic City Pro, after which he retired from active competition. Following his retirement in 2007, Atwood became involved in a federal investigation into steroid distribution. He cooperated with authorities during Operation Raw Deal, a large-scale crackdown that resulted in more than 100 arrests and the seizure of millions of steroid doses. His cooperation spared him from incarceration, but this episode added a complex layer to his story. Tragically, Atwood's life was cut short on September 11, 2011. While walking through the pool area of his Dallas condominium complex, he suffered a massive heart attack. Witnesses rushed to his side, pulling him from the water and attempting life-saving measures until paramedics arrived. Despite their efforts, he was pronounced dead at Baylor Regional Medical Center in Plano, Texas. He was only 37 years old. A coroner's report later revealed that Atwood had unknowingly experienced a minor heart attack just weeks earlier. Greg Kovacs. Captivated by the muscular physiques in a bodybuilding magazine as a teenager, Greg Kovacs dedicated himself to the sport. By college, he was training intensively, laying the foundation for a remarkable career. In 1996, he earned his IFBB Pro card, officially entering professional bodybuilding. Kovacs competed in some of the sport's most prestigious events, including the Arnold Classic, Mr. Olympia, and the Toronto Pro Show. At the 2004 Arnold Classic, he weighed 400 pounds on stage. Though he did not win, his massive frame, imposing proportions, and presence made him unforgettable and set him apart from his peers. Standing 6 feet 4 inches, Kovacs competed at 330 to 342 pounds and reached 420 pounds in the off-season. His arms measured 25 inches, legs 35 inches, and chest 70 inches. Prioritizing size and mass over symmetry, he pushed the limits of what was physically possible in bodybuilding. His size came at a cost. Chronic back pain, joint issues, and limited mobility challenged him throughout his career. Tragically, Kovacs died suddenly in 2013 at age 44 from heart failure. The strain of his extraordinary size contributed to his untimely death. Danielle Seccarecci. Born in Livorno, Tuscany, On February 17, 1980, Danielle Seccarecci began lifting weights at 16 to improve his judo skills. Within a year, he was competing in regional bodybuilding events, and by 2000 he won first place at the Venice Beach Grand Prix. Over the next 3 years, he dominated junior categories in national and international competitions. In 2000, he earned his IFBB Pro card and set his sights on the Mr. Olympia title, previously won by icons like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Franco Columbu. Despite his unmatched size, he never placed higher than 5th in international professional contests. Weighing 135 kilograms with massive, heavily muscled arms, Seccarecci drew admiration across the bodybuilding world and in Italy. His biceps, officially measured at 55 centimeters, earned him recognition as the heaviest competitor in the sport. His fame extended beyond the gym. He was featured in an hour-long MTV special and appeared on Lo Show Dei Record, a primetime program showcasing extraordinary achievements. Seccarecci's career also faced challenges. In 2011, returning from a competition in Las Vegas, he was briefly detained in Milan on allegations of trading in growth hormones and anabolic steroids. After 6 days in custody, his health deteriorated due to water retention, and medical authorities warned that continued detention could trigger cardiac arrest. He was released, and the charges were later dropped. Seccarecci remained defiant, telling reporters, "My only crime is to be Danielle Seccarecci, the current best Italian representative of the sport." He was found lifeless at his home in Lama, a district of Toronto, after a suspected heart attack on September 3, 2013. His final competition had been the IFBB Nordic Pro Championships less than a week earlier, where he finished 6th. The bodybuilding world mourned a man whose extraordinary dedication, size, and presence left a lasting mark on the sport. Matheus Pavlac. At a young age, Matheus Pavlac quickly earned recognition in his local fitness community for disciplined training and how he transformed his body through it. By 2019, Pavlac had entered the sport seriously, guided by his first coach, Lucas Chagatti, who later described him as a spectacular athlete with extraordinary potential. Over the following years, Pavlac competed regularly in regional contests across southern Brazil, steadily building his reputation. In 2023, he captured the U23 title, marking a major milestone in his young career. He often shared his progress on social media, posting photos and videos of his posing routines, inspiring followers with his dedication and transformation. In August 2022, he uploaded a video montage showcasing his journey, writing, "No matter the difficulty or impossibility of your dream, if you really want it, you will get there. I have arrived." Pavlac's rapid rise and promise made him a figure of admiration in the bodybuilding community. His former coach, Lucas Chagatti, recalled that Pavlac had defeated him in a competition, fulfilling a promise and demonstrating his talent. Fellow trainer Eduardo de Oliveira noted Pavlac's unwavering drive to experience the stage, remembering him as a student whose dream had finally come true. Sadly, Pavlac's life ended suddenly on September 5, 2024. At just 19 years old, he suffered an apparent heart attack at his home in Blumenau, Brazil. The news shocked his family, coaches, and fans, leaving the bodybuilding world mourning a young athlete whose dedication, resilience, and achievements hinted at a bright future that was cut far too short. Antonio Souza. The 26-year-old had trained since he was 15 and began competing 5 years earlier, aiming to use his success to support his mother and sister. On August 3rd, before stepping on stage at the Navega Open in Santa Catarina, Souza told his wife, Mateos Silva, that he felt severe chest pain. Despite the discomfort, he finished in the top 3 of his category and accepted his trophy. Sadly, while still on stage, he suffered cardiac arrest. Medical staff rushed to help, but he could not be revived. His wife shared her sorrow and love for him, revealing that he had taken diuretics before the event, which may have worsened his dehydration. Family and friends mourned his dedication and passion. His sister, Mary Braz, said he worked tirelessly to achieve his dreams and never waited for anyone to make things happen for him. In his honor, many supporters changed their social media profiles to a photo of him flexing in the gym, marking his birth and death dates as a tribute to his legacy. Jackson Tippet. The Australian fitness influencer Jackson Tippet, renowned for his motivational messages and workout guidance, passed away at the age of 30 while visiting Turkey in 2024. His body was discovered in his hotel room with reports indicating a fatal heart attack. Tippet built a robust online presence by sharing his passion for fitness, personal growth, and transformation. He was candid about his past struggles with steroid use, openly discussing both the physical benefits and the serious health risks involved. His journey towards self-improvement was guided by his Christian faith, which he credited with helping him overcome challenges and reshape his life. In 2018, Tippet faced legal trouble after being caught with steroids, narrowly avoiding jail. He later described this experience as a turning point, marking the end of his old lifestyle and the beginning of his mission to inspire others. His sudden death came just days after his 30th birthday, shocking fans and the fitness community alike. Family members shared the news on Instagram, and supporters quickly organized a GoFundMe campaign to cover funeral costs and bring his body back to Australia. Jose Mateos Silva. On November 28, 2024, 28-year-old bodybuilder Jose Mateos Silva collapsed and died from a heart attack while training at a gym in Águas Claras, Brasília, Brazil. Known for competing in intense 100-kilogram bodybuilding events, he was working out with friends when he suddenly fell. A firefighter friend rushed him to a nearby station, but after over an hour of attempts, he was pronounced dead. Jose was more than a bodybuilder. He was also a lawyer who helped others prepare for competitions. His dedication to both fitness and law made him respected in both fields. Speculation arose about the role of anabolic steroids, though no evidence confirmed their use. His passing sparked broader discussions about the long-term effects of extreme bodybuilding and supplement use, particularly given changes in his physique over time. Tributes poured in from family, friends, and fellow athletes. His brother Tiago called him an incredible person and thanked him for everything. Hundreds attended his funeral, filling the chapel and spilling outside. Although he had stepped away from professional competition, Jose remained active in fitness, guiding aspiring bodybuilders and running an online supplement store. He had placed in top events, including the South American Championships and the Arnold Classic South America. Thanks for watching. See you in our next video.